Hi, it's Joy saying going to watching Marvel's Runaways, Season 3, Episode 5, Enter the Dreamland, which I guess means Enter the Dreamland with Morgan Le Fay, which Nico keeps dreaming about. Maybe that's where the Magistrate's family were sent last episode, but that does also indicate that this is going to be now more Morgan Le Fay focused. And Nico, I believe in you, we're getting through this, and I just want to watch more of this brilliant show, so yeah, let's go. Oh dear. Are we literally dreaming now? I previously showed Gert talking about the guy that used to live here. Is this to do with that? Oh my goodness.
I don't know if this is some kind of dream or mass hallucination, but it really needs to help. You got home last night?
We drove, right? Not that I remember that.
Oh goodness, what's happened?
People.
Yeah, let's chase.
We're suffering from carbon monoxide.
Oh god. There was a Quentin the Great Magician show.
Platform tore a hole in the space-time continuum.
The problem with our lives is that any of these theories could be
So true. Just stick together, my loves.
Oh, sorry. No, that was redundant. All magicians are freaky.
Please, bravo!
Oh god, I'm scared. What is going on?
Ma petite japonaise. Because you are the perfect size for my box.
Yeah, no.
It's not yellow.
They don't have any of their powers? Oh my god. Why are they in a dream? Is this Morgan Le Fay's doing? What's happening? I'm guessing it's Morgan Le Fay's doing.
Powers here. This guy is no help at all.
No, just leave, please.
As previously.
Protection of my home. You'll regret it.
Oh, that's ominous. I regret it already. He's weird.
The fact that you added the great to your name is also a red flag. Did you see any
He definitely saw them.
So this is where they were sent. Oh my goodness.
Outside.
their glasses? That means that they're back to their old self.
Oh yeah.
Transition from our world to this one separated them from the light beings. Just like how we got separated from our powers.
Maybe there's a chance to save Alex.
You say that like it will be easy, but I can assure you that it will not.
Please just let it be easy
Where
this
do you
once.
stand now?
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Super fun.
Sales pitch. No wonder no one comes to your shows.
Oh, aren't you?
We need to find Alex and our parents and get the hell out of here now.
Just mainly Alex, but
If ever to stick together.
hold hands. Literally stick together, please. Guys, they should have stuck together, holding hands. May have done no good, but oh dear. Oh gosh. Oh god.
That looks like my dad. No.
Oh god. I don't want this. Oh, Molly's parents. This is her home with her parents. This episode's gonna make us suffer.
Please help us.
None of this is real. God, where's Gert? Oh. I don't have time for these credits right now. I need to see every single one of my children, and they're all in different places. And we need to find Alex. We need to save Alex. So just speed up, please.
I don't remember any of this.
There might be a reason for that.
Oh gosh. So child Gert came downstairs and saw all this and then got memory wiped. Goodness.
I just can't believe this is happening. It's like my dream come true.
Molly, my love.
Wait, what's that? Go look. Okay.
Just give him the cat clip.
To preschool. Wait, what?
It's a memory,
You guys think I'm
Molly.
going to preschool?
So Molly's stuck in her own vision. Gert's in Stacy's.
You never saw me grow up.
Oh, sweetheart.
grow up, honey? What kind of charity work?
Runaway teens.
Destiny.
These are all the kids.
Your mother's church that delivered us, but it was your face on the billboards. You're the reason we came.
She was
The
a
reason we believed.
child.
Stop. Get her!
Oh.
Think you're man enough?
So his dad did it to him and then he did it to
Looks like my
Chase.
grandfather. He was a dick.
Like your dad.
Next time.
Doesn't
I don't
excuse your dad.
Dad?
So Victor did the exact same thing to his son that was done to him. Does not excuse it.
You couldn't possibly be ready.
Well, that's a little judgy of you, but
Where is
weird and rude. Definitely my family.
Please stop doing that.
Personal merges for my chest. Sounds crazy, I know, but
I say we take a look.
Agreed.
No.
Do you have like X-ray vision or some kind of a
Nico, run.
spell?
We have knives.
Wait.
Run,
You're
run,
not
run.
hurt.
Is this real? Are these people that they're interacting with real? They're not, are they? It's Amy.
Our sister.
Is she really Amy? So if she's real, we could bring her back with us, right?
I have to find the others before they forget
Mhm.
everything.
I'm sorry for all I did to you.
Aha! You think?
No, not so much fun on the receiving end, is it?
Okay, stop now, sweetheart, because that's the violence that he's put in Chase that was put into him. Oh.
But this abuse is always a choice.
Yep, Victor's made the choice. You do not have to. Oh, I'm glad they're. I mean, I'm not glad they're revisiting this, but Chase needs to deal with this.
Let's go.
You don't deserve us that night, Chase. Her parents were.
I'm taking through from the left.
Leslie. Thank you.
The family were a huge. I mean, we knew they were a part of it, but Molly could hope that they were a small part. I'm sorry, Molly.
Oh no, this isn't right.
I don't know if it would have been quite this happy.
Honor. He chose us. No, you're supposed to be the good ones. He forced you.
Oh.
He never.
Molly always hoped that because they'd after the warning that
This place is trying to tear me down.
it is, sweetheart. We truly don't know what your parents are like. Oh dear, Molly. You'll never truly know the extent your parents were involved or willing. Good girl. Oh no. Oh, good job, sweetie.
If this place sends you to your nightmares, then this is
Oh
definitely
no.
This is the day that
You died.
Bring her back. Bring Amy back to life. Maybe you can.
No, it doesn't work like that.
I can't.
It's not real.
You came for me. You didn't have to. Thank you. We have to go.
Family is messy.
to find Carolina.
And the others.
And you erased my memory.
Yes, and it worked perfectly that time. So why not now? I measured that dosage properly.
Oh God.
This isn't your lab. We're not in our world. I was trying to keep you from suffering.
That's not right. Or how you keep someone from suffering.
Caused my suffering.
No. Exactly, maybe 12 or 13.
Her anxiety and depression.
Right when my anxiety started.
Mm-hmm.
That pathetic creature is not the monster. You're the
Mm-hmm.
monster.
Stacey, you've got to open up to this.
Let me.
Oh God. Oh God.
Oh, Carolina, at last.
It's not Nico, it's some weird.
Are you surprised? Don't you love me anymore?
So Carolina's demons are a mix
You
of
said you'd love me no matter what.
the darkness inside Nico and everything her parents did. But this will never be Nico.
You don't have to carry him around anymore. Jonah was my problem to solve, and I failed.
Go, 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 go!
You said you weren't afraid of my darkness.
This is not Nico's darkness.
No matter what.
Go, Carolina. Is she gonna find Molly? They're all gonna find Molly. It's alright to be afraid that Nico could go too dark, but Nico won't.
So goddamn tough. Let's see you face what's inside.
Fine.
I mean, that's not a normal thing to have to do.
Not a problem for me.
It's not lace, don't forget.
So can I see beyond the surface level? I know that my lace is in there somewhere.
Not yet. Especially as this is like a demon world.
That felt very transactional.
But that doesn't mean Gert can't take care of herself. He found
Are
her.
you interrupting something?
He found Gert. Oh.
I got here as fast as I could.
Oh, I love them so much. My ships are uniting. What? Oh, thank God they found her.
Because those weren't your parents.
Okay, everyone's united.
But they were. There was truth in it. Something I didn't want to believe before.
Something all the rest of them are having to deal with
They were
too.
born of pride. Just as bad as her.
Mm-hmm.
The only family that you need is right here.
Yep.
Do I know you?
Oh my God.
Sweetie, it's me, Steve.
You've got to leave now, people.
But we can't leave Alex.
Oh
Which
goodness.
one? Alex?
Oh my God.
Right, the person who brought us here.
Sorry about Alex, but if we stay any longer, we'll
No, we're finding Alex.
Forever. Find a way to come back. For now, come on, we gotta go.
Okay, I mean, yeah, go and then come back there. That's actually probably a good plan, but keep an eye out for Alex.
This is all on me.
It's not Nico.
Do you feel any better? We can't be mad at you. Because we don't remember that you did it.
Oh.
I'm an emissary of Morgan Le Fay.
Yep.
I'm going to need your help.
Where's
You,
Alex?
I don't have to trust me.
Right now you have a common goal with her. Trust. Yep.
Okay.
Where's Alex?
I'm allowed to say more than one word?
Holy Stephen Hawking.
Huh. This is all very awesome. What does she say? Oh. So it wasn't even remotely Amy.
In the future,
Oh God.
or should I say the present?
Now they know where the kids live.
We're supposed to get our parents out of the hostel.
Yeah, is mind wipe as well?
That's a trigger word for me now, so please don't.
Ooh, so the scars carried through.
Cobwebs are back in full force.
Has time passed?
And I come check this out.
Are they not in the present, like now?
Gone for 6 months. So does that mean that Alex has been trapped over there for the same amount of
Oh
time?
gosh. Alex. Oh, does that keep happening to him? That's horrific. Bloody AWOL. We're gonna get you back, Alex. Okay, so that was a very emotional episode. All of them kind of dealing with, in their own ways, their biggest struggles. Molly has long wanted to believe that her parents had nothing to do with Pride. I mean, I think until she saw the video, she would have had some kind of hope that her parents had literally nothing to do with Pride. And then, or obviously she were in Pride, but maybe they had nothing to do with all the sacrifices, and then she was able to think, oh, they left me a warning video and they were killed for it. So maybe they weren't part of it, but the truth is that every single one of the parents was part of it. Every single one of the parents, at the very least, tolerated children being sacrificed. And, you know, maybe they weren't quite as, yay, let's do it, but they were okay with it. They knew it was happening. Once that first sacrifice happened, they all went along with it. They kept doing it. They didn't try and stop it. And the reason they tried to stop it wasn't actually anything to do with the kids being sacrificed. It was because they thought that earthquakes would topple, kill everyone in Los Angeles and perhaps further. So for Molly, I think while she's been trying to deal with the betrayal of Dale and Stacey, she's been trying to cling on to this idea that she has of her parents as her heroes, as these wonderful people, when they were just as flawed and just as wrong as the other parents. So I think that for Molly hurts a lot, but in a way it's something she hasn't been facing, and it's good that she has. Then for Gert, obviously this was a part of her past that she didn't remember, but for Stacey, the fact that she used the mind wipe drug on her own daughter, and that she then saw that it had consequences on her mental health for all her saying, oh, it had no problems. You know, maybe Gert would have had some kind of anxiety, but not to the level she does. And that was Stacey's doing. She altered her daughter's mind, and that is unforgivable. It's a huge crime, and I guess she never even told Dale about it. I mean, for Stacey, that was her biggest moment. Anyway, for Gert, that was something that she couldn't remember, obviously, because it was a mind wipe drug, but that is something that has affected her life in huge ways. And I think knowing the truth is important for her, because you deserve to know the truth about what's happened to you and what's been done to you. But it's also yet another betrayal, that her mum was betraying her even before everything that happened now, and that is crushing. Then Carolina is still dealing with the repercussion of the fact that they're all dealing with, the 17 kids that were sacrificed. And you know, for Carolina, it was her church, it was her family and her life that were luring the kids in, and that is something she is suffering with and dealing with. And you know, she's 100% right, it was not her fault. She had no idea. She truly, up until season 1, she didn't even question her church. She was faithful, she believed in it. Even when everyone mocked her for it, she stayed true to her beliefs. And I think, like she said, the minute they knew they were trying to stop their parents, so I think if she'd known, she would have done something to stop it, but that doesn't stop you feeling responsible even when you know you're not. And the other part of it is Nico, and she is scared of Nico's darkness, because that's natural. And it doesn't mean she's not ultimately going to stand by her, but at the same time, if someone is saying, I need you to save me, like, I need you to give me all of your energy to save me, it is okay to put yourself first. You can't give your life, you can't give everything, all your energy and your strength to somebody else, because then what is left for you? Sometimes you do need to put yourself forward, and I'm glad that Carolina kind of accepted that, but I feel like this is the beginning of a bumpy patch for Nico and Carolina, just in the sense that they've been quite strong at the beginning of the season and it's a TV show, but I think ultimately their love will endure, and you know, Nico will fight through the darkness herself, and Carolina loves her, and she will fight for her, and you know, she will love Nico regardless of her darkness, because she doesn't believe Nico will actually go that dark. I mean, if Nico became a serial killer and was gleefully murdering people, I think even, you know, despite her love, Carolina would be like, well, that's not the Nico I love, is gone. But I do think that she will still be there for her, but she kind of has to address that it's very easy to just keep pushing away any possibilities of Nico going dark, but if there is something happening with the staff, and they now know at least a bit more about Morgan Le Fay, and they've got Tina who can maybe explain some stuff, Carolina needs to kind of become more aware of that. I'm trying to which kids win, or Nico, natural choice, kind of, I guess, still dealing with the staff for her. Obviously, that there is more to the staff than just it become technology her mum made with Jonah, by the sounds of it. Her grandmother was aware of it, but it's very much something to do with her family and her mother. And I think for Nico, she is so very afraid of the staff and what's happening. And you know, I imagine part of what happened with her was more Morgan Le Fay trying to get her to go to her rather than trying to torment Nico. And then of course, you know, for Tina, the day her daughter died and she couldn't save her, and it was to do with the deal she'd made, that's what killed her, kind of the guilt and the feeling of helplessness. I mean, that's the worst day of any parent's life. And so for Nico, that was also one of her worst days, and so kind of accepting that you couldn't save Amy is a part of grief you have to get through. Yeah, so then Chase, obviously the ones that had like, this, for Chase, it is still his life, like I've always talked about, and I'm glad the show didn't just forget, has been framed by the cycle of abuse. And you know, we have seen, especially in season 1, that Chase has anger issues, that sometimes when he gets angry, his response is extreme violence. And you know, some of the time it was 100% justified, like when those guys were trying to rape Carolina and then, like, you know, joking about it, wanting to just beat them up is a totally natural impulse. When I was watching it, I was like, yes, just get them. And then the logical part of your brain kicks in and you're like, well, actually no, just attacking people is wrong. And I think Chase also has that logical part of him that doesn't feel good about it when he's done it. Now Chase has never, ever been in a situation where he's gone to raise a hand to someone innocent or to someone that has just angered him or anything, in the same way that his father did. And I truly believe that Chase is going to break the cycle. But I like that kind of, we saw that Victor, you know, he was abused by his father and he treated Chase the exact same way. I mean, he was sat in the car being beaten by his father, and what did he do to his son? He did the exact same thing. And you know, we saw at the beginning of season 1 that despite how old Chase was, despite how strong he was, how terrified he was of his father. I mean, in the first episode, when he's like, oh, you got a C on your report card, and Chase looks terrified. And at that point, you know, he was strong enough to beat up a group of guys. You know, he was not weak, but you can see the effect that Victor had on him, and that has all played into everything. This one of his father's approval of everything that happened in the last season was a huge part of that. And I still don't know whether the other kids know the extent of that, but that's fine. But I like that we had Victor kind of saying, you know, this cycle of violence, you can make it, it's a choice, it's always a choice, it's abuse, and he used the word abuse, which I think is important, is a choice, and you have to choose better than I did. It wasn't, I mean, I didn't think the show would, but sometimes people can kind of say, oh, that person had a rough life, that excuses all of their actions, but it doesn't excuse any of their actions. You know, you have a choice always, and I like that Victor acknowledged that he made the wrong choice, and that, you know, in that moment he was able to stop Chase and sort of remind him that it is a choice, and that it's something Chase can carry with him, and I hope it's going to be really good for him going forward. But I'm also glad that they didn't just forget that is such just a huge part of of what has shaped Chase, and I think it's a huge part of why he's quite as kind as he is, because he's trying not to be like that. And you know, the way he is with Gert, that sweetness, that you know, desperately wanting to save her and protect her, but being fully aware that that's just a him thing, that she doesn't need him to be there saving her and protecting her, but that, you know, and him just, he's so respectful of her boundaries, and, you know, he makes it very clear what he wants, but and just the way that they hugged each other was a lot. And, you know, when Nico and Carolina got to reunite and she was the real Nico, it was a very emotional episode. And when they found Molly, and then Molly was starting to forget things. And then, of course, the last kid is Alex, who is being repeatedly hung off the bridge. I mean, when we saw that, I was kind of thinking, is that to do with Alex? Just because we'd kind of checked in with everyone else and it didn't fit. So is it AWOL is actually there, isn't it? So is that real AWOL? Is that where Nico banished him to? And so he's just being made to suffer, and I really, really hope they get him next episode, although I could see Morgan Le Fay making some kind of bargain, like, oh, I will give you your friend Alex if you do XYZ for me. So we still don't know what she's up to with Robert, and we still don't know exactly how they got there, do we? Like, from the end of the last episode to this, we saw how the parents got there, but did it also happen to the kids in the same moment? Did all of them get sent there? What exactly? How did they get there? Or was that Morgan Le Fay tried to send Nico, but ended up sending all of them? I mean, we still, I don't think, know what happened there. Nico is getting more confident in the staff, but obviously she now has this other influence that's going to be coming there. And I didn't think that that was going to be the last we'd see of those 4 main characters. And obviously we have 3 of them back with the kids, and they're in the hostel. And, you know, we still have Dale is still running around out there. Jeffrey Wilder is still running around out there. Robert Mallory is now with Morgan Le Fay. Janet Stein is in the algorithm. What other parents are missing? Obviously Catherine's dead. Robert's with Morgan, like I said. So they are all together and they kind of can face these things. And it's interesting that the magistrate and his family, are they dead? Did it kill them somehow? Or are they somewhere in that area? Are they gone and we'll never see them again? Because, you know, I'm okay with that. We have had a lot of time with them in a way. I think they were finished with it in a satisfying way that led into the next big bad. But at the same time, I could see Morgan unleashing them at some point as some kind of distraction or threat. So I am 6 months. I mean, I was worried when they sort of cobweb said it was going to be like 6 years that they had been. 6 months is bad. 6 months. I mean, what was the media and everything making of it? I mean, the Pride adults are not. None of them are under the radar personalities to go missing. They are heads of massive corporations. And, you know, at the facility there was they'd have found that weird platform and lots of dead people because, you know, the aliens killed lots of people. So I'm intrigued about what the world is like now. But yeah, that was a really, really good episode. I'm very excited to see what goes next, and I really hope they save Alex soon. Thank you for watching.